Happy Wednesday, everybody. Coming up this weekend is July 4th, or Independence Day, we call it here in the United States. It's a big deal. It's the birthday of our country. It's something worthy of celebration. There is a myth, however, associated with this day. The way it goes is that on July 4, 1776, King George wrote in his diary, "Nothing of importance happened today." We laugh about it because the signing of the Declaration of Independence was a major event in human history, but he wouldn't have heard about it quickly. But it was a myth. It didn't happen. How do we know this? Well, King George didn't keep a diary. If he didn't keep a diary, he obviously wrote nothing in it. But sometimes these momentous events, they're obvious. You can tell it's a big deal, and sometimes it may not look like much. But you look back and realize that moment was a major turning point. You probably remember, if you're married, your wedding. You know that was a big deal. But at the time, you may not have realized that moment when you met your spouse for the first time, that was going to change everything. Sometimes we look back and it's the little things that mattered. But the Bible tells us that our Independence Day was earlier in the year. You see, Jesus was crucified at Passover in the early spring. And it was that event that broke our bonds of sin. And I imagine Caesar in Rome heard nothing about it, was completely unaware. Even Pilate, the local Roman governor, while he knew it was going on, it was just kind of another thing to him. It was a little out of the ordinary, but still not that big a deal. The Jewish leaders at the time thought it was just the end of a big mess that they had to deal with. But as it turns out, that day was the pivotal moment in history. Foretold generations upon generations before by God Himself, this day had been coming. And it changed the trajectory of our lives and our destinies. We went from just being people off doing our own thing to now we can become children of God, completely forgiven of everything that we've done. So this weekend, go ahead and celebrate. It's fine. Have a barbecue. Do be careful with the fireworks. You don't want to be one of these people that come Monday and next week, you can only count to 8.5. Watch out there. But remember, we have a lot more freedom than that which was secured for us 244 years ago. We have freedom that has been secured for us that goes beyond this life into eternity. We have a freedom from things not just in foreign capitals and foreign places. We have a freedom from the sin that's in our very selves. We have a lot more freedom than a flag shows, than a firework can celebrate. In Christ, we really are free indeed. Have a good week. I'll see you later.